Hey everyone, it's Jay Shetty, and today we're diving into a book that has profoundly impacted countless lives. The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari by Robin Sharma. This isn't your typical self-help book, it's a fable, a story wrapped in wisdom offering a roadmap to a life of fulfillment and purpose. Sharma masterfully uses the narrative of Julian Mantle, a high-flying lawyer, to illustrate the profound principles that can transform ordinary lives into extraordinary journeys. Over the next few minutes, we'll unlock the key takeaways from The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, providing you with actionable insights to apply to your own life. Let's begin. The title itself, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, immediately sparks curiosity. It hints at a radical shift, a deliberate rejection of the materialistic emblems of success for something far more profound. This unconventional trade-off, a Ferrari for spiritual enlightenment, is the crux of the story and the foundation of its powerful message. Julian Mantle's story resonates with us because it reflects our own yearning for something more, a desire to escape the rat race and discover true contentment. The image of a monk having relinquished worldly possessions embodies serenity, wisdom, and a deep connection with the self-qualities many of us crave in our fast-paced lives. Prepare to be inspired as we delve into Julian's journey and uncover the invaluable lessons he learns along the way. Imagine this: you've achieved everything society tells you to. Wealth, status, possessions, yet you feel empty, unfulfilled. This was Julian Mantle's reality. He was a highly successful lawyer, living a life of luxury, but at a terrible cost. The relentless pursuit of material success had left him stressed, unhealthy, and deeply unhappy. Then the unthinkable happened. Julian experiences a heart attack, a stark wake-up call that forces him to confront the fragility of life and the emptiness of his pursuits. He makes the difficult decision to sell everything and embarks on a life-changing journey to the Himalayas. This is where his true transformation begins. Julian's quest for inner peace and fulfillment leads him to the mystical land of Sivana, nestled high in the Himalayas. This remote sanctuary, untouched by the chaos of the modern world, becomes his haven for introspection and transformation. Here, Julian encounters a group of enlightened beings, the sages of Sivana, who hold the key to unlocking the secrets of a life well lived. Leaving behind his former life of luxury and litigation, Julian embraces a simpler existence, one governed by the rhythms of nature and guided by ancient wisdom. The journey itself is as important as the destination. As Julian traverses the rugged terrain, he sheds the layers of stress and materialism that had weighed him down, opening himself up to new perspectives and possibilities. Each step Julian takes brings him closer to his true self and the wisdom that awaits him in Sivana. In the heart of Sivana, Julian encounters a group of extraordinary individuals known as the sages of Sivana. These wise beings, detached from worldly possessions and driven by a deep understanding of life's true purpose, become Julian's mentors, guiding him on his path to enlightenment. Each sage embodies a specific virtue or principle representing different facets of a fulfilling life. These mentors, through their teachings and way of life, demonstrate the transformative power of ancient wisdom in navigating the complexities of modern life. Julian's interactions with the sages of Sivana form the core of his transformation. He realizes that true wealth lies not in material possessions, but in the richness of one's inner world. As Julian immerses himself in the teachings of the sages, he discovers that the story of the monk who sold his Ferrari is not merely a tale, but a powerful metaphor for the journey of self-discovery. The Ferrari, representing material success and external validation, symbolizes the things we often chase at the expense of our well-being. The act of selling the Ferrari represents a conscious choice to detach oneself from the allure of material possessions and instead embark on a path of inner fulfillment. It signifies a shift in priorities from seeking happiness in external achievements to cultivating it from within. Through this metaphor, Sharma encourages us to examine our own lives and question whether we're truly living in alignment with our values and aspirations. The sages of Sivana teach Julian that our thoughts are like seeds, and our minds, the fertile ground in which they take root. Just as a garden requires careful cultivation, so too does the mind. They emphasize the importance of being mindful of the thoughts we allow to flourish within us. Negative thoughts, like weeds, can quickly choke the garden, preventing the growth of anything positive. The sages urge us to be vigilant gardeners of our minds, consciously choosing to plant seeds of positivity, gratitude, and self-belief. Just as a gardener removes weeds to allow flowers to thrive, we must actively challenge and replace negative thoughts with empowering ones. By cultivating a garden of positive thoughts, we create a fertile ground for happiness, resilience, and inner peace to blossom. Imagine your mind as a powerful but untamed horse, its immense strength capable of either carrying you to great heights or dragging you through the mud. The sages of Sivana use this vivid analogy to illustrate the importance of mastering our thoughts. An uncontrolled mind, like a wild horse, can lead us astray, causing anxiety, stress, and unhappiness. They explain that most of us live with our minds in a constant state of reactivity, pulled in countless directions by external stimuli and internal chatter. The sages teach Julian the art of taming the runaway horse by practicing mindfulness and meditation. Just as a skilled rider gently but firmly guides a horse, we too can learn to direct our thoughts, focusing our mental energy on what truly matters and creating a life of purpose and intention. The sages of Sivana emphasize that our thoughts have a direct impact on our reality. They introduce Julian to the transformative power of positive thinking, a concept that initially seems simplistic but holds profound depth. They explain that by choosing to focus on the positive aspects of ourselves, our lives, and the world around us, we cultivate an optimistic outlook that can empower us to overcome challenges, attract opportunities, and live with greater joy. This doesn't mean ignoring life's difficulties or pretending that everything is perfect. Instead, it's about consciously shifting our perspective, choosing to see the good even in challenging situations, and approaching life with a sense of hope and possibility. They encourage us to become conscious creators of our reality, shaping our experiences through the power of our thought. In the tranquil heart of Sivana, Julian discovers a profound truth. A life devoid of purpose is like a ship adrift at sea. The sages emphasize that each of us is born with a unique calling, a reason for being that infuses our lives with meaning and direction. They teach Julian that discovering this purpose is not about stumbling upon some grand preordained plan, but rather about aligning our actions with our deepest values and passions. It's about identifying what brings us joy, what ignites our souls, and dedicating our lives to pursuing it with unwavering commitment. He realizes that his true calling lies not in the courtroom, but in sharing the wisdom he's gained with others, helping them to create lives of meaning and fulfillment. He understands that true happiness comes not from external achievements, but from living in alignment with one's purpose, using one's gifts to make a positive difference in the world. The sages of Sivana teach Julian that discovering one's purpose is only the first step. The next is to ignite the flames of passion. They explain that passion is the driving force, the unwavering enthusiasm that fuels our efforts and propels us towards our goals. They use the analogy of a fire. Purpose is the spark that ignites the flame, but passion is the fuel that keeps it burning bright. Without passion, even the most worthy pursuits can become mundane, our efforts lacking the energy and commitment needed to overcome obstacles and achieve lasting success. The sages encourage Julian to identify the activities that spark joy and excitement within him, the things he's naturally drawn to and could spend hours doing without feeling the passage of time. They emphasize that true passion is not about fleeting moments of excitement, but rather a deep-seated enthusiasm that permeates our lives, infusing even the most mundane tasks with a sense of purpose and joy. The sages of Sivana guide Julian on a profound journey of self-discovery, revealing that true transformation begins with mastering oneself. They teach him that self-mastery is not about achieving perfection, but rather about cultivating self-awareness, discipline, and a commitment to continuous growth. They explain that self-mastery is an ongoing process, a lifelong journey of refining our thoughts, emotions, and actions. The sages share practical techniques with Julian to cultivate self-mastery, emphasizing the importance of daily rituals, mindfulness practices, and the power of setting clear intentions. They teach him to observe his thoughts and emotions without judgment, to identify and challenge limiting beliefs, and to cultivate empowering habits that support his growth. It's about becoming the best versions of ourselves, not for the sake of ego, but for the betterment of ourselves and the world around us. In the tranquil heart of the Himalayas, Julian begins to grasp the true meaning of discipline. The sages of Sivana teach him that discipline is not about rigid rules or self-denial, but rather about making conscious choices that align with our values and goals. They explain that discipline is the bridge that connects our aspirations with our achievements. It's the unwavering commitment to taking action, even when it's difficult, even when we don't feel like it. The sages emphasize that discipline is not something we either have or don't have. It's a muscle that we develop through practice and repetition. They remind him that discipline is not about being perfect, but about being consistent, showing up for ourselves even when it's hard. Section 2, Kaizen, Embracing Continuous Improvement. The sages of Sivana introduced Julian to Kaizen, the Japanese philosophy of continuous improvement. Kaizen is about small, incremental steps taken consistently over time. True growth is a journey, not a destination. Strive to be 1% better each day. Small improvements, compounded over time, lead to extraordinary results. Section 3. The Magic of Tiny Steps. The sages of Sivana reveal to Julian the power of small, consistent actions. Often we become overwhelmed by the magnitude of our aspirations. The key is to break down our goals into smaller steps. By focusing on one small step at a time, we build momentum and confidence. Like a marathon runner, focus on the next step. Gradually, progress is made towards the goal. High in the serene peaks of the Himalayas, Julian learns the profound importance of living in the present moment. The sages of Sivana teach him that the past is gone, the future is uncertain, and the only moment we truly have is now. By quieting the mental chatter and embracing the now, we unlock peace, gratitude, and fulfillment. The sages share practical techniques with Julian, encouraging him to savor simple pleasures. By living in the now, we cultivate a deep appreciation for life. In the tranquil heart of Sivana, Julian discovers true happiness is a journey, cultivated through conscious effort and self-awareness. The sages teach him that lasting happiness comes from within. Many chase happiness as if it were external, tied to wealth, status, or relationships, but true happiness is an inside-out job. It's about cultivating inner peace, contentment, and gratitude. By focusing on what we have, we experience greater joy. Happiness is a way of traveling, a conscious choice each day. As we conclude our exploration of the monk who sold his Ferrari, let's take a moment to reflect on the profound wisdom embedded within its pages. This book is more than just a story, it's a call to action, an invitation to embark on our own transformative journeys. Julian Mantle's story reminds us that true success isn't measured by external achievements, but by the richness of our inner world. It's about living with purpose, passion, and a deep sense of connection to ourselves and the world around us. The teachings of the sages of Sivana offer a roadmap for this journey, guiding us to cultivate self-awareness, master our minds, nurture our bodies, and live in alignment with our values. It's about embracing discipline, continuous improvement, and the transformative power of living in the present moment. Remember, this journey is not about seeking perfection, but about striving for progress. It's about showing up for ourselves each day, making conscious choices that support our growth, and embracing the transformative power of small, consistent actions. The monk who sold his Ferrari reminds us we can create extraordinary lives. It's about making conscious choices for greater fulfillment and purpose. Apply its wisdom to your life. Use Julian's journey to write your own fable of transformation. Identify your values, passions, and purpose. What impact do you want to make? Use these insights as guiding stars. Embrace discipline, kaizen, and tiny steps. Set realistic goals, break them down, and celebrate progress. Life is a journey, not a destination. Embrace challenges, celebrate victories, and keep growing. The path to fulfillment is self-discovery and continuous improvement. Now go and live your own fable.